child running around the area asking for sweets. In particular on the bridge. So if you don't give recording, something weird just happened.
You realize I'm using my phone's torchlight.
The light died on us.
Yep.
It was full bar, by the way. We were talking about the child spirit story, right?
Yeah.
And then there was like a strong wind, and then light got cut off. The camera also was cut off.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to You Okay or Not Spoopy season.
Yep.
It's been a long while.
It's been very long, man. It's been very long, and it's lucky with us. Lucky is here.
Some of us went on a holiday, you know.
Yeah, took a long break, eh?
Yes. If you're interested to know what the holiday is about, right, you can check out our You Okay or Not podcast.
Yep.
We interviewed people in Japan about careers and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. But now we're back with a new episode. Zaki has brought something really interesting to the table.
So something different about this episode. You can notice that we are using our phones because our recording device decided to break down on us.
Exactly.
A bit of a malfunction over there.
Yeah. I mean,
it was working fine just now.
yeah. I mean, production. You never know what happens.
It's okay, guys. We move.
It's okay.
We move.
Murphy's Law.
Okay.
Murphy's Law.
So where are we today, guys?
So right now, currently, we are at Bishan / Amokyo Park. So as you guys know, Bishan is built up from a cemetery, and that's what people believe lah. But who knows? And here we have a few stories that I have compiled, and for you guys to listen. So enjoy lah.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's very scary. I don't know the story yet.
Okay, the first one is about Raya, Raffles Institution, nearby here. The second one is about Bishan MRT. I also think Bishan MRT quite haunted actually.
Actually, I didn't know about Bishan MRT. I didn't know it was haunted because, Bishan MRT is so big,
Oh, really? Yeah.
A lot of commuters every day because that's where people change the circle line and the red line.
I think that there's a lot of stories now. Based on Bishan is the most haunted MRT station in
the
Singapore.
Red line.
Right.
I mean, you see the layout of the red line, right? It's like quite weird.
And also,
Really?
It's like half half in tunnel, half not in tunnel. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They build in a way that is very different than any other MRT station.
Yeah, it's quite unique as an MRT station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, the last one, we have a special story about this park where we're here right now.
Yep.
It's about a child spirit. We even bought sweets.
Sweets for them.
Yeah. Later we show you. Okay. Alright, so the first story will revolve around Raya. So let's get into this story.
Okay.
This story is about a school located here in Singapore, Raffles Institution. With our school campus once the land of an exhausted cemetery and a columbarium as well for a neighbour, many ghostly tales have circulated along our hallowed halls over the years. Some of these stories I'm about to share are both from my own experiences and stories that I heard from my seniors. As you know, after every start of the school year, most schools will hold an orientation camp for their students, for new students, and this was a camp organized in a block of classrooms near the school field. A boy, unable to sleep, went out of the class to explore the school alone that one night. He walked to the middle of the field, laid down and looked into the sky. Just then he noticed at the corner of his eye an old lady with very long hair, wearing a white gown, gliding towards him. He did not suspect anything at first. She asked him stonily, "What's the time now?" He replied, 3 a.m. She smiled and glided off. Only then did the boy suspect something. Why would an old lady be doing in the middle of the night in the school field? Was she from the columbarium? Because RI is exactly next to the Kong Meng San columbarium. It is more eerie at night. He brushed off the feeling and went back to his class. However hard he tried to get out of the field, he walked and started to run. But still, this time, it's a devious one. Her skin was rotting and she had glowing, coal-like eyes. And she was lying in the middle of the field. Shaken, but was glad to be alive, he quickly escaped the field. According to my seniors, you should not tell her the time or you will be doomed to be stuck in the loop. That was the first story.
3 a.m.
How tired must you be to not even notice at first glance, right, that an old lady
was
appeared
gliding.
and was gliding.
Gliding as if like it's not walking, no. So you can't even see the leg, no.
It's like, you know how, all the ghosts.
It's like you stand on a skateboard and then you move.
Oh my god. In the school field.
But 3 a.m. lah. 3 a.m. is the time, right?
And how is the teachers or the seniors never even
notice
notice the boy missing? Right.
This boy also got what he deserved lah.
Yeah.
3 a.m. then you walk into a school field like that in the middle of the field.
You know for what?
Just for feeling. Maybe emo lah.
I mean
maybe he watched too much movie.
I mean I can really understand.
Imagine him beside him got girlfriend.
but again, it's a school, orientation camp. I mean, you guys will also be curious, right, and try to explore
the camps always even if you never ever met any ghosts your seniors will definitely still tell you ghost stories.
Yes,
your seniors,
definitely.
Your friends. Wow.
Yeah, it's always about either let's say suicide in the school or World War II. Because some of the schools were used as the place where they kill.
Right.
Yeah, the place where they kill.
And just take note, RI is like one of the most oldest schools in Singapore.
So it's one of the oldest.
And it's from Bishan, built from cemetery, so anything can happen.
Maybe the lady was looking for a friend lah.
Maybe
very lonely. Then come over.
Hey, what's the time now?
Alright, so up to the next story is still based in RI. So let's see what this story is about. Another story I'm about to share is regarding the clock tower. It sounds harmless, doesn't it? I mean, it's just an ordinary hollow tower that tells time. That, my friend, is not necessarily true. There is more to the clock tower than meets the eye. While most students do not stay in school until late at night, those who have done so at one point or another would agree that the clock tower does intimidate them to some degree. The mystery surrounding the clock tower has intensified by the gate sealing off entry to the clock tower, preventing students from progressing into that area. The school management claims that there's nothing in the tower but stairs leading up to the clock tower themselves and the gate that are simply there to prevent students from entering the clock tower and messing with the mechanisms of the clock seems a bit suspicious. That might not be the case, however, due to old boys' tale, when there is this one particular story. 3 boys broke into the clock tower late one night during a school camp on a dare from their friends. Their initial amusement, however, turned into sheer fear when the boys did not appear at all during the night. The next day, when members of the staff went to investigate, all they found at the top was an empty room, 1 vacant chair, and 3 black boxes. But stories I heard of seniors was that there was a student who sneaked into the clock tower and climbed a long flight of stairs up to the top. His friends stayed at the bottom, keeping a lookout for any teacher while he scaled the massive tower. After 15 minutes, the friend was worried. He had not come down yet. So did something happen? The friend crawled the small hole and peered in and got the worst shock of his life. Sadly, the little boy, while climbing up the stairs, had fallen and smashed his head open. and it was such a gruesome scene. The friends screamed and ran to look for the teacher. The news was not to be spread, said the principal. However, it spread like bushfire and soon everyone knew it. A week later, security guards going up to the stairs found something in the middle of the night. They saw a lot of blood on the ground. He returned hurriedly to clean it. Even after cleaning the blood, it was still there. He fled and heard the boy's shrill scream, comparable to that on the fateful day when he fell to his death. Okay, this one a bit creepy lah.
It's always the camp.
But this one got clock tower. I would imagine a clock tower to be extremely creepy.
Yeah, especially at night.
And then the thing ding. Ding.
I think if you guys are curious, if you were riding or driving along the expressway, you can actually see the
Clock tower. Huh?
So
it's facing the road, huh?
it's facing the road. It's damn big. So it's just beside the expressway. So whenever you drive past there, just take a look at the clock tower.
And remember the story.
Wow, scary, yeah.
Later we show you guys the clock tower. How it looks like at night.
Actually scary,
from our view.
But
Little boy.
yeah. How curious are you that you want to explore the clock tower?
I tell you, schools, right?
Yeah.
Especially during camp, because during the daytime, right, they're in school, right? Every school definitely will have one area where they lock the gate, one. They don't allow them to pass the gate. But you know, as a kid, right, you are always curious.
Yeah.
And when you're curious, right, you'll find a way, right, to get past it.
Yeah.
Right. And camp is the best time, lah.
It's because like usually when you go to school, right, it's like in the morning and then afternoon, then you go home at like 4 or 6 o'clock, right? You don't usually stay in the school till late at night.
Yeah,
camp is the only time when you do that, right? So maybe that's when
and when camp you're with your friends, you feel more bonded, more united, right? Then you're more daring to go.
Sure.
But,
that's where all the...
But imagine the trauma that the friends had to go
might have
through.
seen I mean like you see your friend, the head crack open.
Wow,
right.
The security guard even more poor thing. He had to go back and clean the blood, right?
Himself.
Alone in the clock tower, right? The blood stain never go off. And then at the same time you hear a boy screaming.
Wow.
I also would run, man. I would jump from the place.
That's actually quite creepy, man.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Alright, so this is the last story from the RI school. Okay, let's get into it. This last story is regarding a biology lab. And RI alumni will easily testify that this is one of the all-time creepiest location on campus. Anyone who has been to this part of the school at night, for whatever reason, will know what we are talking about. Ex-students often speak about this legendary third floor corridor, a place often used as a location for students to have a fright night activity during CCA camps. Legend has it that there is once a pregnant teacher teaching in one of the bio labs. However, disaster struck, she unexpectedly suffered a miscarriage and severe loss of blood. Unfortunately, both mother and child did not survive. Now the fetus is preserved and used by the teachers for biology lessons. However, at night onwards, especially on the anniversary of the lady's death, weird cries and shrieks could be heard coming from the deserted science block at night, specifically from the third floor in the wee hours of the night. Green light was also reported to have been seen on that floor, and screams eerily similar to that of a child desperately missing its mother. Students swore that they saw a small object drenched in blood crying, calling, "Mama, Mama." Apparently the fetus was back looking for its mother. No one, not even the bravest students nor the staff, dared to venture near the dreadful area at night. Lab technicians quickly packed up before 8 p.m. Every year, this story is told to students by seniors, and they swear that this story is true. Whether you believe in spirits, it is your choice, but take our word for it, The fetus in the lab are real. Alright, so that's the last story about the biolab story.
Okay, that's actually quite creepy because it's a human being.
Yeah.
Right.
I got
First of
goosebumps
all.
here telling that story.
I mean, when I compiled that, you imagine that.
Yeah.
Reading it.
No, I didn't know that they can do this in
Yeah,
RI.
right.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought this kind of biology experiment, I thought it's usually done maybe in the uni or something, a more specialized thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know they do it in RI.
Maybe
last
the
time maybe
RI
last time.
students can comment down in the comment section if like all this preserved stuff is actually real or not.
Yeah. Is it passed down until now lah?
Yeah, probably lah. But
But again, like the story said that the seniors has been passing down all the stories, so it must be true, right?
it could be just a legend.
Could be,
because
yeah,
I
could
don't
be.
think it would be ethically right for you to take a fellow staff's dead fetus and then preserve it. You know what I
It
mean?
might be if the parents, family members gave permission lah.
Yeah.
Because you know the wife
Works
dedicated
there,
her,
and then,
her
like-
life to RI, right, the biology lab.
That makes it even more creepy, man.
Right.
Yeah,
That's the
no, you
thing.
know what's the creepiest part? No? The creepiest part. Zaki shared with me when I was driving him here. You know, the creepiest part is the fellow colleague, which is another biology teacher,
Playing with the
had
baby.
to cut open the fetus
Wow.
Right.
of
The
his or
friends,
her ex-colleague.
Colleague, yeah.
Unfortunately, passed away.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine that. I cannot know.
That's
It reminds me of that one scene in Resident Evil, right, where the huge,
evil.
the huge fetus like chasing you,
Apa sia?
then calling you, mama.
But that one is a bit. I believe the person who was doing the experiment also a bit hard on the person, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah.
I'm the teacher, right, I would, reject and resign.
Correct.
But the RI students, you need to be better. Not the students, the whole school.
You need to be better.
Yeah.
I mean,
the whole school.
you need to get better results for biology. Because
All right.
Damn.
So that's the RI story. Next one is the Bishan MRT story. So this is interesting. Yeah, it's actually quite long. So
How many stories? One story.
right? Yeah, this is one story.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's get into this one.
Yep, let's go.
This happened in 2017. I'm sure many of you know that Bishan MRT is allegedly sitting on what used to be a cemetery. I'm not really sure if that is true, but many locals believe it to be so. One night, after spending some time with my girlfriend and her friends at her home, I went to the MRT station to wait for the last train. Everything seemed normal and I was looking at my phone, not caring or paying heed to my surroundings. The train was arriving in about 4 minutes, so I figured I'd sit down and scroll through Facebook while waiting for the train. The station was pretty empty at that time, which was weird because even if it was the last train, because it's Bishan MRT, there would be a lot of commuters walking around. But on that night, it was just me. Although I didn't really care, I was scrolling through my phone and in my peripheral vision, I saw a figure dart past me. Because I thought I was alone, I got curious. I looked around and I saw a woman in a white gown walking towards a bench on the other side and taking a seat. She looked pretty pale and I thought she was tired or something, but something about her was very captivating and I couldn't stop staring at her. She noticed me staring at her and nodded and even smiled at me as I slowly started to blush. Next thing I know, she took off her head and placed it on her lap. I immediately bolted off and sprinted up the escalators, running out of the station. I was freaking out and inconsolable. I ran up and approached the MRT staff and told them what happened, but they wouldn't believe me. They thought I was lying. I didn't dare to take the MRT anymore, so I just flagged a taxi and went home, trying my best to calm down inside the cab. I went home and told my mother about it, and the next day she brought me to a temple to pray for my safety and calm my nerves. Rumors has it that in the early 1990s, a number of sightings was more than what it is shared right now. In the early 1990s, a passenger felt that she was groped by several hands and passed out, but was later revived by other passengers. In and near the stations, there have been sightings of headless figures, with some people hearing footsteps on top of the train. The scariest part was the phantom passengers. There are rumors that some passengers do not have any reflection in the train windows. Another rumor that was spreading is that headless figures would actually show themselves as a samsui woman, and her head accidentally severed by a construction lift during work. After that, another woman was murdered just in front of that area that the samsui woman was killed. While some attributed this to coincidence, and of course not to mention that they're all just rumors, some felt that there was a connection. Needless to say, I haven't taken the last train at Bishan MRT anymore. Alright, so that was the Bishan MRT story.
This guy also quite comedian himself. He blushed when
he blushed when
very funny when writing the story.
But it's like a Thai story, right? Like flirting to it, suddenly they come up.
Yeah, like those comedic haunted story.
What's a samsui?
Samsui woman is back in the days, coolies.
Coolies?
Yeah, it's like back in the days, I think in the early 90s or early 1900s.
Insert photo here.
Where all the Chinese people from China, they come to Singapore, right?
Oh.
Then they have to work all the hard labor.
Oh, okay.
So samsui women are those. I think they have this red color.
Like it looks like a T-shape.
Correct. Then they'll be carrying some, those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a
samsui woman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, wow, I have ever been in Bishan MRT taking the last train, right? There are times where the station is actually empty, the red line area.
Okay, if you take the last train, and there's nobody around, okay, I get it. It'll be scary because it's very big,
Yeah, it is quite.
It's very very big,
Yeah.
But if you really meet the lady, wow, they won't really suddenly take off the head, like very casually. Hey, hi. Take off the head.
Yeah,
wow,
it may sound comedic, but if it actually happens, right, it's quite scary.
It's just scary.
Yeah. Passengers without their reflections not appearing in the train. I think there's a similar story to this. A passenger was in the train heading towards the Braddell area, right? So from town you have to...
From Bishan to Braddell.
Yeah, from Bishan to Braddell, from Bishan to Braddell. So he was very sleepy and it was the last train, right? So the train was like it was not very crowded. Nobody is standing, everybody's sitting down, right? So he was like nodding on and off and on. So when he opened his eyes, right, there was, I think, 4 people in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
So he noticed like, oh, there was 4 people. And then he noticed that one of the 4 people, right, don't have reflection at the back. But he didn't pay mind, right?
He was tired.
He was tired, yeah. So he like napped, not nap, but he like passed out a bit, because he tired, right? Then he opened his eyes again, right? The 4th person was gone.
Oh.
Then he was like, hey, did I miss this person? Did she move or something, right? But no, the station haven't reached the next one. So it was still in transition. That one is creepy.
That was creepy.
I think one of the things mentioned also that the ghost is also on top of the train, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. How to hear, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. The footstep, no.
Boom, boom, boom.
I never know footstep, man.
Yeah. If you walk on the train, I'm pretty sure you won't hear footsteps.
Yeah.
So maybe they're actually banging on the roof or something.
Probably,
but that makes it even more scary.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if any of you guys knows anything about how and why Bishan MRT is built that way, maybe you can just
let us know,
comment down below. Because I have no freaking idea why.
Yeah. It goes underground.
Correct.
And then you just...
It's like semi-underground. You can still see the light.
You never know. You know who will give the best insight to this?
Who?
The ones who built the MRT. You never know. Maybe one of our viewers.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
If they're still around.
I hope
Maybe
they're still
the
around.
son or daughter,
I hope they're still around.
All right.
Wow.
So this is the last story. It's called Child Spirit. All right. So something weird just happened. We were.
You realize I'm using my phone's torchlight.
Yeah. The light died on us.
Yep.
It was full bar, by the way. We were talking about the child spirit story, right?
Yeah.
And then there was like a strong wind, and then light got cut off. The camera also was cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually we did our ending already.
Yeah, we finished it.
Yeah.
But we have to come back again.
When you went to review the footage, you were cut off at the child spirit there.
Yeah.
Now do you want to say the child spirit thing again?
Okay, let's see if it happens again.
See if it
Okay.
happens again.
I don't.
So
No, it's okay.
okay, now it's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the wind was the wind
it's
was
damn
blowing
strong.
damn strong,
And
man.
okay, for your information, guys, the trees, the vines were literally here,
Yeah.
and I can see, and that's where I the goal lah, I noticed it, then I told them, then suddenly cut off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So, back to square one. This is about the child spirit here in Bishan. So this is an urban legend. So if you are coming here to Bishan at night, Bishan Park, right, you should bring a bag of sweets, as there'll be a child running around the area asking for sweets.
You bought gummy bears, huh?
Yeah, we bought gummy bears. So
we
this is the
ate-
sweets.
We ate already.
Yeah. So
Gummy bears.
this is especially so if you're at the bridge, because if you don't give any to him, he'll attack you or he'll haunt you lah. I don't see any. Actually, there's a few bridges nearby us. It could be any one of it actually.
Yeah, there are a few.
Yeah.
But it's pretty well lit lah.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. So we brought sweets just in case.
Just in case but
Yeah.
best not to
Yeah.
bump into them lah.
Yeah.
But we can't help it lah. If they want to play in front of us, they will do it lah. If they want-
I mean, my first reaction is to run away lah.
Yeah.
If you want to, okay, here's your sweet, then
Do you think you can outrun him?
No lah. You just toss the sweet and run lah.
Face it,
Everybody
yeah.
will listen.
the whole bag.
When
Just
when
take
you
yeah.
when you encounter a problem,
Face it lah.
you face it, you solve 50% of it already.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you run away,
I mean, if you
It
can
just make it
solve,
worse.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
make
if
it
you can
worse.
solve that situation itself, then I.
Yeah lah. The solution is the
Except for you.
sweet lah.
sweet lah, gummy bear lah.
You come here jog at night, just bring sweet lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if the kid don't like gummy bear, how?
Then you get extra
Fisherman
cardio, bro.
He a fisherman.
Fisherman.
Yeah, I got fisherman friends.
So true.
A bit of mint. Yeah. So that's all the story we have here for Bishan Park.
Yep.
The next story, we'll let you guys decide where you want us to go next.
Comment down below.
Yes, please comment down below and share the locations.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Zaki will hunt for the stories about that location also.
And please, if you are suggesting any places or location, make sure it's like accessible.
Yeah, hey,
and
Not
doesn't need permit for us to go in.
Yeah.
Later we just pass kena.
Kena one time, another 1 month, 2 months already, then we upload.
And the next time we will review in the prison.
Prison got a lot of ghost stories if you want
That's
to know.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, down in the comment section, there are people commenting cemetery.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but we try not to invade. I would say it's a privacy lah, for the ghost.
Okay, we will go, but we will not
Yeah, we will not like
go
really-
super deep lah. Okay, but
won't
we will
do
still
it-
go there.
We won't do it like all the others They just go in.
Yeah. Then they plant one camera down there, then you sit there alone. Well, I think if you guys
Actually,
can do
technically,
that,
that's us. What we plant the camera, sit there alone.
Yeah,
But at least we are
not in cemetery lah.
Yeah.
We can do it outside the cemetery on the background is cemetery lah, right?
Yeah.
We see how lah. We see how, play by
You
ear.
see how.
Okay.
Okay, thank you guys for watching Spoopy season. Don't forget to follow our socials. You Okay or Not on YouTube. We are on Facebook, Instagram.
Yep.
Do listen.
Spotify.
Yep, Spotify as well.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
That's right. So we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.